ECU Athletics and Playfly Sports present Inside Pirate Athletics. Inside Pirate Athletics is brought to you by Town Bank. Town Bank, serving others, enriching lives.
Okay, winning ain't easy. Winning ain't easy even if you got your full stable. Winning ain't easy if everything's going smooth. But you know what? Winning through adversity is what creates character and toughness.
Welcome to Inside Pirate Athletics. Brian Bailey with head coach Mike Schwartz. Two games to talk about from last week, and two very difficult games, but I think you saw a lot of positives in those two losses, didn't you, Coach?
Yeah, we have, and we got to continue to build on those, but obviously, disappointed in the results. We go to Temple to play a team that's undefeated in conference play, really good team, one of the top teams in the league right now. I thought we got off to a very good start, first 13 minutes of the ball game. Game is right there, two-possession game. Offense struggled a little bit, and Temple was able to convert on some three-pointers in the last 7 minutes of the first half. It gave them a big lead at halftime. We did a lot of it, unfortunately, to ourselves with turnovers in the first half. Turned it over 8 times, cleaned it up in the second half with only 4 turnovers. But the combination of the turnovers and credit to Temple, they made 5 shots with under 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah.
That's just players making plays, big shots late game. We get the game to a 2-possession game with 4 minutes to go with a chance to go on the road with a big win, but unfortunately we weren't able to make the plays to come out of Philadelphia with the win. Come back home, play UAB in a high-level basketball game at home that goes to overtime. And again, came down to a play here or there. I thought the two biggest things in the game, honestly, Brian, were turnovers again. It's something that we have to shore up. Turning it over 17 times. Our post players had quite a few of those off a post trap or offensive fouls. And then they got some very, very timely offensive rebounds, including at the end of regulation and the big one at the end of overtime.
Let's go back to the Temple game. When you think about just how well some of the guys played individually, you start with Jordan Riley.
Yeah, Jordan Riley has just been so consistent. He's a true warrior, what he's doing on both ends of the floor. He's playing two-way basketball is what we like to say. We know the target's on his back. Every time he touches the ball, he's got a half a defender on each side of him. He's basically playing with a soft double team prior to him catching the ball.
And Gio had a big game too, 19 and 9.
Yeah, he was fantastic in the Temple game. We wanted to establish him early. I thought he really controlled the paint. He did a big-time job rebounding the basketball. If we can get Gio the ball down in the charge circle or in the paint, he's very hard to deal with. What it came down to in that game, Brian, was those two guys had 48 of our 67 points.
Yeah.
48 to 67 between Jordan and Gio. Eli pours in a career-high 10, goes 5 for 5 in his first game back, which is a great sign for our ball club moving forward. We just didn't get the production we needed from guard play in other areas. Only 7 points combined the rest of the team.
Yeah, I know you're thrilled to see Eli back there, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been a long run without him. It's been basically 7 weeks he hasn't practiced, and we will go through this time period for the next 2 to 3 weeks where we have to manage him in practice, manage him in game. He played 16 minutes versus Temple. We have to limit his minutes to allow that foot to fully get back to full strength, but it is a big step for us getting him back.
When you think about your guard play, what do you do to get those guards to play a little better, score more, that kind of thing?
Yeah, continue to be assertive. You have to be assertive. The one way you're never going to get out of a rough spot is being passive or being hesitant.
Right.
So I thought Isaiah took a big step in the UAB game, and I know we'll talk about it. I thought he took a big step being assertive, but that's what you have to do. Run our offense, be shot ready when the ball goes inside out, and you got to go make some big plays. And I thought Isaiah honestly was fantastic. He had 9 assists versus UAB, made a huge shot at the end of regulation to send it to overtime. And I think we'll see both those guys, meaning Corey and Isaiah, take steps forward as we move on in conference play.
Pirates fall to Temple by the final of 75-67. East Carolina returns home on Sunday, and a great game against UAB, an absolute thriller. We'll take a look at that when Inside Pirate Athletics continues for you right after this. Inside Pirate Athletics is brought to you by Town Bank. Town Bank, serving others, enriching lives.
One of the things we all really like as bankers here at Town Bank, whether it's your business or your family, when you need something, a decision needs to be made. We take care of it right here. We have the people, the knowledge, and the decision makers right here. Town was designed that way, focused on our members and enriching lives.
Inside Pirate Athletics is brought to you in part by Bojangles. It's bow time. Welcome back to our show. We move now to Sunday's game against UAB. The Blazers come to town, really good basketball team, and you guys fell behind in this one, but rallied, and it was really a thriller, wasn't it?
Yeah, UAB, as we know, the championship caliber program for many, many years, and we've had some great battles so far when they've been in the American Conference. Huge win last year, and then they beat us in the quarterfinals of the conference tournament. So having them back in the building, I thought the crowd was electric in there. Got off to a great start in the game. It's a nip and tuck game both ways in the first half, back and forth. We're down 2 at halftime. Second half starts off again, same way, and then they go on a run. We turn it over a couple times. They get out in transition, and they end up going 10 and even 12 points. And I thought we made a strong rally back to take the lead, and it becomes a very exciting back and forth game through the end of regulation and in overtime.
Down 12 with 12 minutes to play. How difficult is that to come from behind like that?
I mean, you know what? I said this, and I said this in the press conference after. We have a bunch of warriors on our team.
Yeah.
This team is not going to stop playing. We might be undermanned in some certain ways, whether it's depth or experience. I mean, Brian, we had 3 guys. We had 3 sophomores playing the majority of the second half, and in overtime, it was first time 3 players had ever played in an overtime game, meaning Tybo Bailey, Reed Kaysen, and Isaiah Mbang. First time that they had been in the game in an overtime game. And then you have Dimitri Gardner, who's been with our program just for about 10 days.
About a week,
So when you look at those things, the continued fight, you go back to the Temple game, we're down 18 with 12 to go, and we cut that lead. So being down 12, like as you said, with 14 to go or whatever it was, you know, the fight will be there with this team. We just have to find a way, a possession here, a possession there. Huge 2 late offensive rebounds in regulation that Rivera was able to come up with, and Westry. And then at the end of overtime, big loose ball, Rivera tapped it out. It ends up in the hands of Meyer, and Meyer hits a mid-range shot with 15 seconds left to give them the eventual lead for the game.
And Meyer really played well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a high-level scorer. He plays with such poise and balance as an offensive player. I mean, he's a professional scorer, and what I mean by that is, man, he really has great touch, but he's a left-handed player that can shoot the ball, play off the bounce, play at the rim, use his right, use his left. A lot of credit to him and the way he scored the
A
basketball.
couple of clutch plays for your Pirates. Isaiah Mbang comes up with that big 3. That was really clutch.
Yeah, huge play off the 2 missed free throws, and we come down. The guys knew exactly what we were running. The guys executed it to really great detail. Isaiah, fundamental shot fake, sidestep, hits the 3. We call the timeout to set our defense, and we get the stop. Big play by Reed Kaysen to block that shot at the end of regulation. And I know we'll talk about it, but Reed was fantastic all game.
Yeah, that really was. And he's really come on of late, hasn't he?
Well, we have been on Reed every day. We coach Reed really hard because we really think he's an X factor for our team, Brian. And when he plays with that kind of force and speed, and it's not about if the ball's going through the hoop, it's about screening, offensive rebounding, blocking shots, and running the floor. All those 4 areas have nothing to do with scoring a point. But when Reed plays with that force and speed, he can really impact our team and the game, and he did it versus UAB.
And it seems like, as you said, he does some of the things away from the ball, but when he does all those things successfully, that's when the points come in, the rebounds and the blocks.
Yeah, you sound like us talking in the locker room, because the point is this. If you focus on all those areas, the offensive part will come easy to him. He is a natural offensive player. But when you try and flip it and do the other way, and you base your defense or your screening or your rebounding or running the floor on if you're scoring, it doesn't work that way. But if you do those things at a high level, points come naturally to him, and I thought that's what happened the other afternoon.
And I think the way you described it here, you described it after the game, that you have a bunch of warriors, and they're going to continue to fight.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, look, that's a hurt team and hurt locker room. Tulane's undefeated in this league, Temple's undefeated in this league, and UAB is one of the top teams in this league, picked in the top 4 or 5 in the league. We've had a tough schedule to start. We know we're headed to South Florida, another really good team. But what I do know about this ball club is, and we've talked about it, how they practice every day and how they compete every game. We absolutely need a couple more shots to go in, make a couple more free throws, a couple plays here and there, and it could be a totally different conference record. And this team will fight till we get there.
Pirates fall in overtime by the final of 87-85. We'll take a break. We'll take a look ahead in Pirate basketball right after this. Inside Pirate Athletics is brought to you in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Pirate Nation.
It's bow time. There's a lot of breakfast sandwiches out there, but only Bojangles has the Cajun Filet Biscuit. Shake things up with a boldly seasoned chicken breast on a fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit with bow rounds and your choice of drink. Order in the app or at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
At ECU Health, everything we do is about you. It's about your health and the health of your family. It's about nationally recognized heart and vascular care, personalized cancer treatments, award-winning neurological care, and advanced orthopedic solutions. It's about healthcare, right here in Eastern North Carolina. This is ECU Health, and ECU Health will always be about you. Visit ecuhealth.org to learn how.
It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. 1 bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2-for-4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time.
Welcome back to Inside Pirate Athletics. Brian Bailey with head coach Mike Schwartz. Let's talk about the health of your basketball team. Now, where do you stand right now?
Yeah, it's been obviously been a point all season long with some of our bodies. And, the other day we had 6 guys out of practice. We had 11 bodies in practice. Good news is that Eli DeLaurier is making his full return.
That's
Again,
good.
we talked about him having to manage some minutes in practice and game, but hopefully that's going to progress to him being a full go all the time. Dimitri's not a health situation, but he's someone that just joined our team. So
Yeah.
we're going to see a progression there. We saw it the other night, or afternoon, Sunday afternoon versus UAB. 9 points, hit 2 threes, got to the free throw line 4 times, made 3 of them. You're going to see Dimitri continue to progress minutes-wise. So that's like getting a healthy body. And then the one unfortunate piece of this is the situation we've been dealing with Jay. Jay will be shut down for the rest of the season. He's never been able to fully recover from his injury, and it's just something that we'll address moving forward, but we won't have him for the rest of the season.
And that's got to be disappointing for him because that's a guy who really wants to play some basketball.
Brian, he's the kind of guy, and he verbatim said this, that playing on one leg, all he wanted to do was help the team. And he tried to do it in
Right.
several games, literally. But the reality is he got hurt in the second half of our very first game of the year versus Georgia Southern, and he has done everything from medical to rest to every specialist that it just has not been able to click for him to come back. But he would fight to do anything for this team, like 15 seconds versus Richmond, just to give a chance. He came in versus Elizabeth City just to fight, but couldn't do it. And the best thing for him and his career moving forward is to have him have a chance to get a medical red shirt and have him back next season as a Pirate. But it's unfortunate because his senior year, he really wanted to be a part of this ball club.
Take a look at what's ahead for East Carolina basketball on the road to Tampa to take on South Florida first up.
Yeah, offensive powerhouse team.
Yeah.
Really high-paced team, 11th in the country in terms of pace of play. Shoot the 3 ball very well. Have had a huge win at Tulsa. So a team that offensive rebounds very well. Very talented scorers in Pinion and Ennis and others, but those 2 guys are elite shooters. Brown has been there for a while. Isaiah Nelson, a big man for them. That's an all-conference preseason pick. So heck of a road test for us going to South Florida.
And then you come back home taking on Charlotte, the rivalry game with the 49ers, 2 o'clock start right here at Williams Arena.
Charlotte playing good basketball. Charlotte's now won 2 or 3 games in a row. We know what it's going to be, rivalry game, and a ton of respect for Coach Fern and the Charlotte program. Hopefully we'll have a packed house at Minji's for a rivalry basketball game when Charlotte comes to town.
All right, good luck with those 2 games. That's head coach Mike Schwartz. Back with more for you coming up after this.
If you have an appetite for saving money, get the new Rofo Rewards app from Royal Farms. Use the Rofo Rewards app to make purchases or place mobile orders for pickup or delivery and earn royalty points redeemable for free stuff. Download the new Rofo app at the Apple App Store or Google Play. And right now, new Rofo Rewards members will get a free any-size coffee for signing up. Get the new Rofo Rewards app today. It's a very appealing app to have. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Right now, let's take a look at what's ahead in Pirate athletics. The Pirate men travel to Tampa to take on USF on Wednesday night. The Pirates then return home to host Charlotte on Sunday at 2 o'clock for the Painted Purple game and Pirate Club Day. Sunday also features the annual Baby Race at halftime. The Pirate ladies play host to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane coming up tonight at 6 o'clock at Williams Arena. The ladies then host Temple on Saturday at 2 o'clock. This week ahead in Pirate Athletics is brought to you by Carolina Windows and Doors. That is our show for today for Inside Pirate Athletics, and we'll see you back here next week. Inside Pirate Athletics has been brought to you by Town Bank, local bankers committed to your success. Inside Pirate Athletics is an exclusive presentation of ECU Athletics and Playfly Sports.